What's up, guys? So this is a quick video walkthrough to show you guys a little bit behind the scenes of the program. For those of you who have been asking more about what does the Expert Business Blueprint involve, what are the steps and so on, I'm just going to walk you through some of the core syllabus that we teach you on the program. Now, this isn't the whole program. In that this is more of the educational component, the strategies that you really need to learn and absorb as a business owner. But the entire program actually involves one-to-one mentoring, coaching, group mentoring, and also a private mastermind where you get daily support, personal feedback, and individual guidance every step of the way. So this is just to walk you through the core content, the strategies behind what we help you do. And so this is, from inside our program, we have 5 core modules. There are 5 key pillars behind taking your business. If you're at low 6 figures and you want to scale up to high 6 figures or even 7 figures, but you're worried that doing that is just going to burn you out more, then this is for you, because this isn't just a program that's just about get more leads and sales. We definitely show you how to do that, but we help you build proper business foundations first before we unleash the leads and sales. And that's what makes this very different to most programs out there. 99% of the programs I've seen out there, they're really good programs, but they're just marketing programs. And marketing is only 1/5 of the entire business. So what happens is if you've only focused on growth and marketing up till now, then maybe you've got some success, you're making low 6 figures, you've got some momentum, but you might have found yourself boxing yourself into a job because, as I always say, the cost of being a great coach and a good marketer is that you get busy. And that's great in the beginning, but then you realize very quickly that it's not sustainable, it's not scalable, and it's not exactly what you want, because it's fine having $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month, but if you have no free time or no energy after work to be with your kids, to be with your family, your partner, or to do what you want to do, then it's kind of pointless at the end of the day, and it can become a trap. So we help you build proper business systems in place, an infrastructure that allows you to scale up from low 6 figures up to 7 in a lot more of a smoother, sustainable way. And really, this is not just about making you more money and getting more clients. It is about those things, but it's more about giving you time, freedom, and energy back, because that's why you probably created the business in the first place. Imagining. So if you're tired of the hustle and grind and you're tired of working all hours of the day, trying to bust your ass and prove yourself, and you just want to learn to grow a real company that, a nice modest company that can do high 6 or 7 figure revenue, give you some nice profits, pay you a good salary every month, but without you doing all the tasks, this is for you. So it all starts with module 1, and this is all about identity level transformation. So when we go into this module, we've got a few training videos and things in this module where I walk you through pretty much why the mindset has to change. The first key to going from a 6-figure business owner to a 7-figure business owner, or a 6-figure hustler to a 7-figure business leader, is your mindset. And you know that. You know that at this point. It's not woo-woo, it's not spiritual stuff. It's just true. You have a certain identity. And if you're stuck at 6 figures and you're stuck trading time for money and you don't know how you can scale it, it's because of an identity that you've adopted. And that is what I call the solopreneur identity, or the self-employed identity. And the self-employed person generally has beliefs and attitudes that keep you stuck in certain actions. And you're mainly running from the ego that tells you can't trust other people. You can't bring on coaches because what if they steal from you? Or, you have to be doing one-to-one or no one's going to care about what you do. You can't possibly put it into an online program. No one's going to do that. You have these kind of beliefs, which if you first look and realize that whatever limiting belief you have, there's somebody else in your industry teaching what you teach, and they do have a 7-figure freedom-based business. They have taken on coaches to teach what they teach. If you guys follow Tony Robbins has coaches on his team trained to work with people that are suicidal. Right? Think about that for a moment. So a lot of coaches tell me, no one can teach my fitness clients like I do, or nobody can teach Facebook ads like I do, or nobody can coach on relationships like I do, or, no one can treat my dentistry patients or my osteopathic patients like I do. Now just think, Tony Robbins could easily say the same thing. No one can work with life coaching clients like I do. Yet he has people trained up to handle not just any clients, but clients with suicidal tendencies. So, whatever you think might go wrong in your business if you hired someone, there's people like Tony Robbins who are succeeding massively anyway. So just goes to show, that's just one example, that the solopreneur identity keeps you boxed in by telling you that it can't be outsourced or it can't be scaled. The people wouldn't like it for some reason. And the first thing to accept is that's not true. You can choose a different possibility. You can look instead to real business owners who've scaled up their service to a mass appeal and are able to still help people make more impact and still offer one-to-one coaching, but at a much, much higher and more exclusive level. And so that's the first thing. It's all about identity level transformation. And we've got to ask, how do you shift from solopreneur thinking that's guided your thoughts and actions for so long? And how do you shift into the business owner mentality? The entrepreneur identity is someone that thinks big, has a big vision, can see 2 to 5 years in the future, wants to grow a team, wants to scale up a service, wants to be a leader, and just wants to go out there and share the message. Right? And that's what the leader does. And that's why they build companies so much quicker. They don't get caught up in all the technical details, but they'll automate tasks, or they'll bring in specialists to help them so that they can focus on the real profitable stuff, which is sharing the message, getting on stages, making content, working with their clients, stuff that makes a real difference. So they get to do what they actually enjoy, which is sharing content and working with the best clients. And they have a small team, or at least some systems in place that fill in all the other blanks. And that's the most powerful thing. If you're a one-person solopreneur right now, you can go up to 7 figures on your own. It's possible, but it's a lot harder that way. Just having a small team or having better systems in place allows you to scale your services and scale your income and scale your reach to more people. But you have to be willing to adopt the mindset for that, the mindset of an entrepreneur, the mindset of a business owner who works on the business, not in the business, the mindset of a leader who's going to drive a team and hold a strong vision and enroll people into that vision. The leader that goes out there and captures joint venture partners and influencers because they have the confidence to say, my message matters and I'm going to get it out there. And to have that energy, to have that confidence, you can't be bogged down in doing a million tasks every day in the company. If you're working in the business, you're going to be mentally and emotionally drained before you get a chance to work on the business, if that makes sense. So the first module is all about that. And we keep revisiting the first module because it's the sticking point for most solopreneurs at this level. The next module then is setting your vision and objectives. So once you have got the mindset dialed down, and that's a continuous process, but once you accept that, and now you're ready to take new actions, the next thing we're going to do to help you get from low 6 figures to high 6 or 7 figures is you've got to set a powerful vision. You see, the solopreneur who makes 6 figures or under is concerned about an income. They only think short term. They just think, how do I make enough money to pay my bills this month? Right? And if you only think 30 days ahead, you'll keep staying at that level. So to get different results, you've got to change your thinking, change your goals, change your vision, change your actions. and start setting a bigger vision, which is, first of all, looking at your life. What do you want your lifestyle to look like? Right? Why are you doing all this? What would a freedom ideal lifestyle look like to you? What time do you wake up in the morning? What do you do every day? What are your hobbies? Where do you travel? What do you do? Who do you do it with? Why do you do it? And where do you do it? So the first thing we do is we set a personal vision for your life, regardless of business. Because here's the thing, if you don't start with, what do I want for my life? And you only think about what you want for the business, you will end up sacrificing your life for the business. We want instead, 7-figure freedom business owners know that the business is designed to serve their lifestyle. Their life isn't designed to serve the business. But that's how you'll end up if you don't take the time to understand what you really want first. So that's the first thing we do. We go through the personal vision. Then we look at the company vision. So we now know what you want for your life. Now we can ask, and only now we can ask, what does our company have to do to produce that freedom for me? If I want to be backpacking around Thailand with 50 grand profit a month in my bank account, and I want to, and I'm doing all these things, what does the company then have to do? And we can create a vision for the company at that next milestone. Maybe we'll look at, what will your company look like? What is the vision of your company when it's doing 7 figures, or when you're serving 1,000 customers worldwide, or maybe even high 7 figures, or even high 6 figures, whatever's your next milestone. We look at, what does the company have to look like? Because until you get this is a huge sticking point. A vision isn't just a nice feel-good exercise. It's practical. Because imagine you're trying to build a skyscraper. Right? You want to build a big skyscraper, a building that is sustainable, that has substance, and is a grand piece of architecture. You can't build that skyscraper without a blueprint first, without a vision of what it's going to look like. If you don't have that vision, you can't reverse engineer all the pieces, and you won't know what needs to happen next. If you don't have that vision, like most solopreneurs that are hustling don't, they're so focused, in the now of what have I got to do today. They're so focused on the fires they've got to put out every day that they don't build anything. They're just being reactive. They're not creative, they're reactive. So ask yourself that. Are you creating every day, building something that will work without you, or are you reacting and repeating the same tasks that will always keep depending on you the more you fuel them? So if you're just trying to build from the ground up, you're just like laying one brick at a time. But that's never just going to turn into a beautiful skyscraper. It's just going to become a wall, right? But the entrepreneurs I work with, we set a vision. What does the architecture look like? That 7-figure company, what does it look like? What are the roles that have to be filled? How much revenue does it churn out? How much profit of that? How many leads have to come into it, right? And we really work out what the company looks like. What's the company's impact on society, right? What do we do for charity? All these kind of things. And then you have this vision we can actually reverse engineer and start working towards. Now that's where objectives come in. We take the vision and we turn that into solid, quantifiable, realistic, measurable objectives. Okay, and we also break that down into a few areas. We look at the marketing department. Okay, so what are the objectives of the marketing department? How many leads do you have to generate for your core program in order to get the number of sales you want to get? Then we look at the sales department. Okay, how many sales do we need to make? If you get, if we get, say, 30 leads a month, maybe we need 30 leads a month to generate 10 sales a month. And 10 sales a month of, let's say, a $2,000 product would give you $20,000 a month, for example, let's say, right? So we work out the lead generation targets. Then we look at the sales objectives. Then we look at the fulfillment objectives. So we look at the fulfillment, that's serving your customers and saying, like, how do we know that we're keeping the finger on the pulse with our customers? How do we know they're getting results and they're getting a great experience, which is going to help us get maximize that client value. It's going to help us get more retention, referrals, upsells, testimonials, word of mouth, positive praise, things like that. And so we look at the fulfillment objective, because most entrepreneurs don't do this. They're so focused and caught up on the leads and sales. They're spending more time with prospects than they spend with their actual paying customers. Could you believe that? Right? And that's the problem, because when you're spending all your time on leads and sales, your current customers feel neglected and they leave. And when they leave, you then need to generate more leads and sales. So it's a negative cycle. We want to help you bring balance back to your business. And we'll get into marketing in just a bit, but we'll show you ways to really automate or outsource most of the front end of the sales and marketing, so you can be doing what you do best, which is working in the fulfillment department. And also the fourth department we look at is team building, team development. So no matter what business you're in, you're going to need at least a small team to help you get where you want to go. Okay, nobody really does it all on their own. At 7 figures, maybe it's a small team of 2 people. Maybe you have, an ads manager and an assistant. That's cool. Other people at 7 figures I work with have a team of 16 people, right? It's totally up to you, but there's different ways around it. But you're gonna need to have a small team at least. You need to be a people person and a leader at some point. So team development is the fourth aspect of the business we look at, and so we set objectives there as well. So what team members do you need, and when you're going to need them by? How do we find the best team members? How do we train them? How do we qualify them? And so on. And we also look at objectives for you to get more freedom. So we look at the roles you are doing and say, let's set an objective for giving you freedom. What are all the roles you're doing, and which ones are we going to outsource or automate first? And when are we going to do that? So this way, we are systematically working on creating freedom for you at the same time as we grow revenue for the company. That's, again, what makes this program so much different to everything else out there. This is how to build a real business that grows the revenue, but also lowers your time involvement. Other programs just say, just get more leads, get more sales, and you do all the sales calls, and you do all the advertising, and you do all the fulfillment. And most of the people teaching those courses teach you that because, well, that's all they've done. They haven't grown proper businesses. They haven't run real teams. I have physical brick and mortar coaching businesses that operate in a different country to where I live, that I've built from the ground up, right? And I've taken businesses, I've started outsourced coaching companies where I didn't do any of the coaching, not at all. I started with a team, grew it, and I've taken those to $20,000, $30,000 a month in 90 days or less. Not because I'm special, but because I have the systems in place. I'm a natural introvert, right? It takes me a bit of energy to get up and do these kind of live streams, but I just have systems in place, and I've run the system so many times. So, and that's what I want to give you to your company. So we go through the financial objectives too. We look at goal setting for your financials. Okay, how much revenue do we really have to make? How are we going to put money aside for tax expenses? And what's your profit margin going to be? Because at this level, it's not just about revenue, it's about profits. Too many entrepreneurs don't look at profits and don't understand how to actually do the numbers of the business. They don't understand how to track a balance sheet or an income statement or profit and loss statement. We're going to show you how to do all that stuff. So we set all these goals. In the very start of the second module, we'll cement all the goals for your company for the next year. So you'll know this is how many leads I've got to get every month. This is how many sales we've got to get every month. This is how we're going to fulfill our customers and track their satisfaction. This is how we're going to grow our team and when we're going to grow it by. And then finally, the financials. These are the financial objectives that we have: revenue, net profit, and so on. So now you're just 2 modules into the program, and you have a clear, specific idea of exactly what has to happen over the next 6 to 12 months. This is how you suddenly have no more shiny object syndrome. Can you imagine that? You wake up with purpose, with clarity, with focus, direction. You don't wake up reacting checking Messenger. What am I going to do today? What content should I post today? What phone calls can I make today? That will not get you anywhere. That's typical solopreneur hustler mentality, the identity that tells you that, that's the identity that just tells you, work harder and it'll all somehow come together. That's BS, right? You've got to work smarter, not harder. Okay, so that's what we cover in vision and objectives. We'll cover all that. So 2 modules in, you know exactly what has to happen over the next 6 to 12 months. And now, when we bring in the coaching in the program and the one-on-one coaching you get and the group mentoring calls, all we help you do is just make everything happen in those 5 departments. Help you with leads, sales, fulfillment, team building, and finance. And we help you with all that stuff. So you'll never be stuck ever again. It makes business so simple. And like I said above, I didn't say easy. This is not easy. I'm not going to lie to you and say, hey, it's easy. Just follow these steps and you'll have a 7-figure business tomorrow. No, there is hard work involved. There's hard mental, emotional work involved because you're handling bigger things right now. You're handling team members or bigger finances, or you're handling the responsibility of serving a bigger range of people. You're putting yourself into the spotlight more. And, we're going to help you get your Facebook ads seen by hundreds of thousands of people. It's hard work in a different way. The solopreneur does hard work, hard physical, manual labor work. But for the true entrepreneur, the hard work is more mental, emotional, right? And I'm not going to lie about that. It's not just simple and easy and in flow every day. There are times where if you're running a 7-figure business or even high 6-figure business, there are going to be days where you're a bit like, am I really doing this? Because it's so out of the norm of society. You're going to be probably the only person in your life who has such that kind of size business. It's different. It's unique. What can I say? These were challenges that I never anticipated, but they're there. But anyway, you're going to know exactly what to do, which takes away the stress and makes it a lot more simple. Then we go into module 3, which is operations and finance. So in the module 3 videos, we're going to talk about your organizational chart. First of all, we're going to start, organizing everything. So I'll show you how to put a proper org chart together, which is going to help you see the 30,000-foot view of the business. So you and everyone in the team are all accountable and you remember the things that have to happen. The organizational chart is the fantastic way to do that. Now we start creating freedom and systems is how we do that. So now we know that what has to happen in the business. The next thing we do is we break down each of those departments, marketing, sales, fulfillment, finance, and team development. We break them down and we identify, okay, what are the specific tasks that happen on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis in each of these areas. This is where we start creating freedom for you. Because if you don't first identify the tasks, you will keep doing all of them. And they will never work because you are not a specialist in all of them. You don't have the time and energy to do all of them. And you will hate doing a lot of the things. So you wouldn't even enjoy your business anyway. So we first start by identifying the tasks under each department. And then we start the process of systemizing them. And that means we take a task and we turn it into what we call a standard operating procedure, or an SOP. This is what we call a system. It's, taking a task that you do every day, like maybe you're trying to set up Facebook ads, and we break that task down and say, okay, if we were going to give this task to somebody else, what are the steps that you do to create it? What are the templates you use, or the scripts, or the checklists? And we kind of turn it into an instruction booklet. And then you're able to then start training somebody to do that task for you. And that's how the start of being able to finally grow a team. Okay. Most people fail, most solopreneurs who try and take on team members, they fail. It doesn't work out because they don't really know what they're delegating. They just say, do this for me. And that person doesn't know how you do it. So they just make their own attempt at it and it doesn't meet your standards. because you didn't tell them your standards, because it wasn't a systemized task with a quantified outcome and time frame and so on. And so they can't live up to your invisible standards because they're not psychic. And then it breaks down and a team member leaves. And then the solopreneur identity says, oh, I can't trust anybody. See, no one can do it like me. Well, they don't know how to do it like you. That's what we do in this module. We break down everything to systems. So by the end of module 3, you have a systemized process for everything in the company. Doesn't mean we're not going to outsource everything immediately, but at least you've got it there. You've now got, your business is largely systemized. And this is now the first step to freedom. In module 3, we also cover the finances. So we'll show you how to track finances, how to work your balance sheet, and also then how to outsource that to somebody else. Then we come to module 4. Now module 4 is about asset management. So the cool thing about being an entrepreneur is that you will now see your business as an asset, an investment vehicle that works for you. You see, the six-figure hustler has a job that he or she works for. The entrepreneur at 7 figures has an asset that works for him or her. We're going to get you closer to that. And to do that, to be an effective investor, you need to collect assets or resources. And I'm going to show you the 6 key assets that if you just focus on building and developing these every day, you grow the asset and you appreciate the asset, it goes up in value. And as these 6 assets go up in value, your entire company goes up in value. So the 6 assets are, number 1, you. You are the biggest asset. You are the CEO. You are the leader. You are the visionary. We need to protect you and your energy. So the first thing we show you is how to be more productive, how to set daily peak productivity rituals, how to wake up with more energy, how to fuel your body. Because you're not just an average person anymore. You're going to be a high 6 or 7 figure CEO and leader. You have to take care of your body and your energy. If you treat yourself like crap, you're treating your business like crap. But you treat yourself and your body like a temple, and that means you're going to treat your business like a temple. So we really have to have a personal development aspect to this. And we go through everything from some health, some fitness routines, just very, very basic stuff. What I do to get energized, some good productivity rituals, how to be organized, how to eliminate stress, how to meditate, how to journal, things like that that keep you feeling good and empowered every day. Because like I said earlier, there are going to be days where it might seem like everything is a bit too much. You wake up one day, me and many of my peers and clients I've spoke to that have multiple 100K a month businesses, I think all of us have had that day where we just kind of wake up and go, what am I doing? I've got this giant business. What the hell is going on? And that is just our fears of success coming up to the surface. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of am I the one to be doing this? Am I really good enough? And so the more energy that you have, the more you conserve your energy, the more you're able to get back into state on days like that. If your energy is low because you're burned out doing stupid tasks all day, then you're not going to have the energy to come back and put stress aside. Stress will beat you. Fear and doubt will beat you if you don't keep your energy strong. All right, and this is how people like me and people that run like 7-figure businesses keep going, and we blow off the criticism, and we don't care about the haters, and we keep going when people tell us our vision is stupid, when even sometimes people close to us, of friends and family, tell us that we're crazy. You've got to deal with that, and you've got to have the energy to say, no, it's totally fine. I'm on my path. I'm doing it. I believe in my vision. It takes energy to do that. So we've got to protect you first and foremost. Most entrepreneurs don't do that. If you're a hustler, you definitely aren't taking care of yourself. So you're the first asset we learn to protect you by freeing up your time and energy. Your second asset is cash flow. Cash flow is like oxygen to your company. And again, if you're tied up in just doing time for money stuff, you're not protecting the profits of the company. So we need to show you how to widen your profits, reduce your expenses, so you have a lean, healthy, profitable business. The third asset is your team, okay, and their skills and abilities. So we learn to look at you or your team, pick out the best skills, and make sure that everyone is in the right place at the right time. If everyone is doing their number one skill or their superpower, as my friend AJ Mazad says, then everyone is going to be doing better things, and it's going to create peak productivity in your company and more profits. So the fourth asset is your list, your customer list or your prospect list, your audience, let's say. So we've got to be building your audience every day, and we've got to be appreciating your audience, right? You get it? You appreciate an asset and it appreciates in value. So we build your prospect list every day. We want to be growing your customer list every day and appreciating those people by giving them good content and engaging with them. The fifth asset is your network, your connections, like JV partners or potential connectors or influencers, people that already have access to the target audience that you're looking for. And we want to put a plan in place for you that you or someone in your company is reaching out to these people every day, building a strong network. Because as another one of my friends and business partners, Ketan Makwana, says, your net worth is your network. So build your network, because that can take your business, like that can leap you 3 steps ahead overnight if you get the right introduction to someone who can open doors for you. And so we've got first asset is you, second asset is the cash flow, third asset is the team, fourth asset is the list, fifth asset is the network, the sixth asset is your brand. It's your social proof, it's your credibility, it's your level of trust and brand perception to the market. So at this level, at 6 figures and below, branding isn't really that important. You just got to get out there and make some sales and validate your product. But at this level, remember, to get to 7 figures, you're going to be driving thousands of people to your websites. Thousands of people are going to be joining your lists. So it does get a little more important to know what your branding is and be consistent with that brand message. So we go into branding quite a bit and simplifying your core message. Because think about this. What if you start getting some traction, if we help you start running some Facebook and some YouTube adverts, and then let's say someone from the Oprah Winfrey Network contacts you and they say, hey, we saw your 3-minute video on YouTube. We see it's got, 10,000 views or whatever, 100,000 views. We'd love to interview you for whatever. Can you just do 2 minutes for us telling people about your message? If that happened, are you prepared for it? Would you know what to say? Would you know what your brand message actually is? Right? Because that's the thing. A lot of us prepare for the challenges of business, but we don't prepare for the opportunities in business. You've got to prepare for both. So by knowing your brand, by knowing your core message, you can stand up and you can speak and you can sell your vision to anyone, any prospect, any partner, any JV, any sponsor, any influencer, and you can sell that vision at any time. If you look at the greats of business like Elon Musk, Richard Branson, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, what could all those guys do? They had a clear vision for their business and they could sell it to you. That's the difference. And that is their main goal in business. That's what they have to outsource everything else to be able to do that one thing. They sell the vision. Other people sell the products. They sell the vision. And they can look at you, Steve Jobs could have looked you dead in the eye and, said, this is the future. And someone goes, but what is this iPhone? I've never heard, no one has these. I haven't heard of them. And he'll go, but you will. You will get one of these. These are going to take over the world because they're amazing and we're doing amazing things. Right? That's the power of vision and confidence of an entrepreneur that is on focus, right? And so that's kind of like down to your branding message. We need to give you that same branding appeal. So that's your 6 key assets. And we're going to show you how to be building those every single day. And if you focus on those core 6 things, your business is going to shoot off in whole loads of directions that you probably can't even imagine right now. From me doing this with myself, I get speaking opportunity. I get invited to speak all around the world. I get invited to Canada, Thailand, USA, London. I've been invited to speak here in Cyprus next week for a massive digital marketing conference. The opportunities just start spilling out at you, and you've got to know who you are, what you're about, and what the company vision is, because you have an opportunity at any time to get in front of people and enroll them into your company too. Okay, so that's asset management. That's a big module. I especially love the part that focuses on you. And then finally, number 5, growth strategy. Now we get into the marketing, right? This is where everyone wants to start. But again, if you haven't got the foundations in place, you haven't got modules 1 to 4 in place, you're going to end up a busy, burned out, overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid solopreneur. But my clients get the 4 basics in place first. They have the right mindset. They have a clear vision and goals. They're focused on what needs to happen. They're building the operations and building systems and tracking the finances every week. And they're focusing on building their core assets. And that's like a foolproof way the business is going to grow. Then they look at growth strategy. Then we get to this. Now we turn on the tap. Now we blow you up to a massive audience. Now we run the Facebook ads. Now we run the Google ads, YouTube ads. We repurpose your content, get you seen on multiple platforms. So your prospects seem to see you everywhere. And with multiple touch points, they start to see your brand messaging over and over again. That builds more trust, builds more familiarity, and they come into your funnel and they're more likely to become customers, even at high ticket levels. So in growth strategy, the first thing we cover is your content marketing strategy. So we show you my content marketing plan, which is really going to help you, know what to post each day. And if you have a team, you can share this with your team and they can post content on your behalf. But you haven't got to make that much content. We show you how to repurpose content and syndicate content. What that means is we'll make something like maybe one video a week, like a 30-minute video or a live stream. And then we show you how you can then take that video and for a super, super low cost, or someone else can do it for you, you can then take that video and you can repurpose it on multiple platforms. Or you can have the video turned into an article, or you can make little images and quotes. And this way, you only need to be really on one platform, but your content will be shared and building audiences on multiple platforms. And of course, the more eyeballs that see your content and are drawn back into your funnels with the paid advertising, the better. So I walk you through my entire content strategy, all the different types of psychological things I do in my content. I've got 5 types of content posts, and I rotate them through the week. And I share with my clients the inside scoop on that strategy. The next thing then we do is when you've got the content plan up, then we move to paid advertising. So now you're churning out all this great content. We now want to do some paid advertising to get the best of your organic content seen by hundreds of thousands of similar people. So we show you how to run the Facebook ads, how to get hundreds of thousands of video viewers, how to retarget them back into your sales funnel, and we teach you how to build an effective sales funnel too, depending on what programs you want to sell. If you have a low ticket membership, there's a different type of funnel. If you want to do a high ticket item, there's a different type of funnel again. So we show you how to build the sales funnel, how to put the core offer together, how to make an irresistible package, how to build the sales funnel that sells that program, and also then how to send the paid traffic, not just on Facebook. I have my Facebook ads managers here that work with 7-figure companies. I have my Google and YouTube advertising experts. We have LinkedIn marketing experts, Instagram experts, and many more to show you all the individual ways of doing it. Okay, and so you just get traffic from all these different sources piling into your funnel, making those sales. But now the difference is you're not doing all this work. It's highly leveraged, it's automated, or it's even outsourced. And we'll help you determine which is best for your business at this time. And now you've got this system like on autopilot, bringing the leads and clients in. And your business now is sustainable on the back end. The finances are being tracked. We're making sure we're making good profits. We're building a good network of connections. Your audience list is growing every day. Your brand and social proof is growing every day. You have clear objectives and you've got the right mindset to take this business to 7 figures and beyond and make the real impact that you deserve to be making. So that's a quick walkthrough of the modules. And remember that that's only the starting point of the program. In the 12-month mentoring program, you get mentoring and coaching for the next 12 months. You get a one-on-one kickoff session with me, where I give you basically a crash course of all these modules. Me and you get on the phone for 2 hours. 2 hours, me and you. And that's worth the investment of the entire program alone. And we're going to set clear objectives for you. We're going to lay out together your business plan for the next year. Then the rest of the year together, me and my team are going to hold you accountable and guide you personally to complete that plan, to get those objectives. We talk about here's how many leads we need to get. Here's how many sales we need to get. Here's what we need to sell. Here's how we need to build the team. Here's how we need to systemize things and give you freedom, and so on and so on. And then every month you're held accountable with a coach to doing those steps. Every week in the business, in the program, you get a group mentoring call where you can jump on the line on a mastermind with a few other business owners and share how well things are going and what areas you want to do better at. And then we can give you advice, we can give you feedback, not just from me, but the other clients in the program can give you their feedback of what's working for them too. And then daily you get access and support to our private mastermind group, where myself and my team of experts are there to help you. My Facebook Ads Manager is providing training to my clients every day. My Google YouTube Ads Manager is there sharing how he does things. Our Instagram experts are sharing stuff. LinkedIn experts are sharing stuff. Copywriters are sharing stuff. So there's always the answer you need to any stage of your business. You don't need to be on like 3 different programs anymore. You can just get focused, get clear, pick, do our program and get all the support you need and hit those objectives. So that's a little walkthrough of the program and why I think it's very unique, very valuable, and why I've even been told that the investment is way too cheap as it is. So if you want to find out more, I'm going to insert a link above this post or in the comments, and you can find out more. You can schedule a call to talk to one of our team, and they will just ask you a few questions. They'll make sure it's right for you. We don't accept just anyone into the program. It's not about money either. Some people we've turned away, they have the money to pay, but we've turned them away because they don't seem like a good fit for our community. But if you're positive, if you're ambitious, if you believe in what you're selling, and you're not selling crap or MLM stuff or anything like that, but you've got really good high-level service that you want to scale, something that helps humanity in health, wealth, or relationships, then this is probably going to be a good program for you. But you'll need to speak to one of our team anyway. And again, it'll be nice and friendly, informal. They'll just get to know you, ask you a few questions. And if the program's not right for you, honestly, they will just tell you that, right? Their goal is not to make as many sales as possible. Their goal is to help you determine if this is right for you or not. All right. So if you have any questions, just reach out to me, or otherwise follow the link I'm going to put in the text above, and hopefully I'll see you in the program and we can work together on your business for the whole of this year. All right. This is Justin from the Expert Business Blueprint. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.